Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Today I'm going to make a birds and branches card, and I'm going to use a different kind of a fold. I don't really know the name of it. I'm just going to call it interest in the middle. I don't know. I am going to show you what I mean. So let's get started. It's kind of silly, isn't it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to use half a sheet of, and this is heavy white cardstock. So I cut the original piece 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, and then I scored it. I'll show you. I have my paper cutter right here. So I scored it at 5 1/2. Okay, and so you would think that that would be a normal fold, right? Right here. All right, so I scored it at 5 1/2. All right, and then I cut off a piece of it to show you the new fold. So I actually left 2 inches. So I cut it at 7 1/2. All right, so now we have this. Okay, and then I cut off another piece, and that is this piece. Okay, so I'm going to use this piece. So this is actually another 2 inches. And the way that this is going to work is I'm going to connect it with some stamped image. So this isn't just going to be floating. This is actually going to be attached later. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how to cut that. So it's originally, I don't want that to fall. It's originally 4 1/4 by 11. And then you score it at 5 1/2, and then you cut it at 7 1/2, and then you have this extra piece, right? So you're going to cut off 2 inches of that. Okay, so you're going to use that. First, I'm going to attach some designer series paper, and the paper that I selected is from Forever Greenery. I'm using my new Stampin' Seal. Okay, so this is the trick. You don't need to press really hard. And instead of making it go this way, which I would normally think that maybe that's the way I would make the card, I'm going to make like the branches going sideways. Okay, so I'm going to attach this one this way. And then I'm going to attach this piece. So this is actually 4 by 1 3/4. 4 by 1 3/4. Okay. And I'm going to have this one kind of coming out from the other side. Okay, so can you tell that? So I have the branches coming out this way and the branches coming out this way. Now, I have to do some stamping before I can attach the piece. So I'm going to use a 3 by 3 piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to use the Birds and Branches stamp set. So I am going to use the nest, and I'm going to stamp this in Early Espresso. Okay, and I don't want to stamp it too low, right? Because I'm going to attach it at the inside of the card. So I want to stamp it up a little bit, like about right here. Okay. So I have some edging where I can attach it on the inside of the card. I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, while I have the Early Espresso ink out, I'm going to stamp a saying, and the saying is from Here's a Card. So this stamp set's amazing. It has all of these sayings. And I'm going to say, I made you a card because you're worth it. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that on a piece of Pear Pizzazz. All right, I'm just going to stamp that right here. And it's crooked. Still a little bit crooked. Let's see if I can get this one better. I think it's a go. Okay, so we're going to close this pad, and I'm going to cut this piece of cardstock. I could make that work if I cut it, but I'm not going to really work it that hard. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to do a fishtail. A lot of people ask me, do I need a special punch? You don't need a special punch. Just do a little fishtail. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just easy. So don't make it too hard. Okay? That piece is trash. Well, actually, I can use the back. Okay, so now, before I continue, I'm going to stamp, before I attach my card, I'm going to use another little piece of cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the bird in Pretty Peacock. All right, so they tell you with this designer series paper all the colors that coordinate, and I'm thinking this would make a good bird. So there's two birds. One has the feather up, one has the feather down. So I'm using the feather down. All right, and then I'm going to stamp the inside of the bird in Pear Pizzazz. That's where I came up with this Pear Pizzazz cardstock, because I want this to coordinate. So for me, the easiest way for me to do this is to do the dark one first and then the lighter one. Okay, so you're going to just line these up just like that. Oops, didn't really stamp the inside so good. There. All right, so now you have a pretty bird and you didn't even have to do any watercoloring or blends or anything. So there's the two. There's one with the wings up and there's one with the tail down and one with the tail up. Okay. Then I'm going to stamp one more thing, and I'm going to use Smoky Slate, and I'm going to stamp some eggs inside the nest. So I'm just going to stamp these 3 eggs kind of like right there. Okay. So there's a die to cut those out. If you wanted to, I could have stamped those separately, cut them out, and then stacked them in there differently, but I think it looks fine. I love it this way. So there you go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is cut this out with my Big Shot. And somewhere in here, there is a bird, yes, that I cut out. Okay, so there's my bird that I cut out with the Big Shot. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back, just one dimensional. All right, now before I attach the bird, I'm going to finish my card. So what I want to do now is just put some adhesive and some adhesive. Okay, now the trick here, and this is where your grid paper comes in handy, is you want this to fold, right, and go inside an envelope. So you want it to be, this is 5.5, see, 5.5. And you want this to be 5.5, this piece. So when you fold it down, this piece folds down and you will put it in a card. So we know that's 2 inches. So we're gonna do 2 inches, and then we're gonna take this one, let's do it upside down, it'll be easier. 2 inches, okay, and 5.5, just like that. So you're gonna line it up on your grid paper. This is the best, I don't know if I'm in camera. Am I in camera? Yeah. Okay, so 2.5, and I got it lined up there at the bottom, and then this one's going to be right here at 5.5. Can you see that? 5.5. So I have this to play with. All right. So now I am going to, I can see through the paper. I'm going to attach this and this. Perfect. Okay, so now I get to attach my bird. Okay, and my bird can be like right. Oh, we could even have her sitting on an egg. How cute would that be? We could have her sitting on one of the eggs. So cute. Okay, and then we have our little saying. So we're going to attach our saying down here at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to attach that right here. And when you fold your card, it looks like that. Now, if you wanted to, you could put some colored cardstock inside, and that would make these sides pop. That would be a great idea. Or you could sponge the edges of this to make that pop. Could have done that also. You could add some ribbon. You could add some bling. And it's not too late to do that. We can certainly add some ribbon up here, which I might. But that's basically the card. I don't want to make it harder than it is. Okay? So if you want, I can put the dimensions in the comments section, where to score these pieces, what these pieces measure, but isn't that adorable? And I think these colors coordinate just perfectly. So hope you enjoyed. I just got my paper pumpkin a couple days ago, and it's the box of sunshine. I should do a video on that. Maybe I'll do a video on that tomorrow and open the box of sunshine paper pumpkin. We're going to have Paper Pumpkin Day on July 25th from 1 to 4. So if you're interested, just RSVP or send me a message that you want to come, have a seat ready for you. We always have a snack. I made really good brownies this month. Hope you want to make it. And if you're not signed up for Paper Pumpkin, we can certainly get you signed up. Thanks. Bye.